Hello buddies and welcome to the Davis Cup Season 4. I'm going to cast few games related to the competition. I'll show you the bracket and tell you which game I picked. Okay, so the first game will be related to the group E between Fire and Ranger. I just downloaded the last version of Fire posted by the one unknown, his author. I didn't test this last version, so it will be a surprise for me as for you guys. And let's look at about the scores of the previous games. At least Fire lost 3-0 against VNS Allen, which lost 1-2 against Ranger. So at least Ranger is the favorite of this game against Fire. But Fire had a very bad economy in the previous versions against VNS Allen. So I guess that the last version should be better. I mean the latest one. So it's what we will check. And then the next games will be in the group G between Chameleon and Pharaon. It's a final of the group. In fact, Pharaon and Chameleon both won against Cosmos in the same score, 2-1. So it might be an even game. And if we've got time for this, I would like to stream Alice's against Doomsday, which is probably a must-watch set. And I hope that Afu will be around when the games will start. It might be maybe in 2 hours, the time required to play Fire Ranger and Pharaon Chameleon. And well, I asked some AIs to take part to the streaming, so well, there will be some surprises. You'll see. At least Illuminati already commented few games, and some other AIs should join me because they have something to say. So I won't tell much more about this, but keep in mind that you could have some surprise during this streaming. Okay, so I will start. Well, I already prepared the games between Fire and Ranger, I mean the setting. So both of those I play with random civilizations, so it will be random against team random. And the first game is a 1 versus 1. So the speed deck is set to 2 times the speed as usual. So everything is ready. Okay, let's go. And good luck for both of those AIs. It's Chinese versus Chinese. So in his previous version, Fire tends to be really limitative in the economy, at least because it tends to stop training villagers when it has 30 villagers in feudal age, because as you wanna know, wants Fire to reach castles the faster it can, but well, in this version right now, Fire should train more villagers, which should be a good deal. At least it will have more villagers when it reaches castle, and it should help a lot his economy. That's what we should see in this game. Well, we can see that ships goes to the mills inside of the town center. it's not much a problem, but actually people prefer to have their ships under the TC. Fire already found his first boar. The first lumber camp is placed in a good spot. The particularity of Fire is the fact that it prefers to build farm before having a lumber camp. In the opposite side, we've got Ranger, which is one of the many AIs made by Unfor We've got 7 AIs made by this scripter. And Ranger is lucky, it got some deers. Well, Fire got some too. It's nice to see that it's not ignoring those deers, which is quite close to the TC. And okay, Fire is already researching feudal age. Ranger has, yes, it has the economy to research feudal age too. A first encounter already built by Fire, despite the fact that its opponent has no army. Oh, this spot chosen by Ranger is really far from his town. He probably didn't find his closest one, his main spot of gold, and this one is in a really bad position. Wheelbarrow already researched by Ranger. Oh yes, Pablo Dab. In fact, I forgot to change the score. My bad. I'll change it right now, at least. I forgot something. And you're true, it's absolutely not Cosmos against Chameleon. And we've got 4 viewers, it's amazing. Tell me in case there is some problem with the sound. I tried to fix something related to the fact that people didn't hear my voice pretty well, but I think it might be better now. Okay, so Fire stays really defensive. At least it has already got some militias, 1 defensive tower, which looks to be kind of useless regarding its position. It would have been better if it was in front of his town, because this tower is not protecting anything. I mean, the lumber camp is exposed, so is the stone mine. It looks like Rangers, yes, it might go for a fast castle. And Ranger has, yes, it has almost the economy to research castle first. Fire is kind of late for having trained militias really early. Well, Ranger is delaying his Castle Age research with Bloodline, which was research before. And okay, they both are researching Castle almost at the same time. And okay, the first attack is launched by Ranger. It's a perfect counter against those men at arms. And the first battle might be won by Ranger. Okay, I increase the speed because it looks like, in fact, that fire is already dead. So this is the first game between those two AIs. It will be 3 games. The second game is a 4 versus 4, and the third one will be a 2 versus 2. Okay, I think I can give the admin win to Ranger, because Fire should have already resigned. It looked like there is some resign codes which are missing for Fire. Well, I think that everything went bad for Fire because it picked the bad units to train. At least those men at arms were pretty useless against the many archers trained by Ranger, and the first attack was enough for Ranger to get the victory. So let's start the next game. I will change the speed, and I will have to change the score, at least I forgot it. (1-0) for Ranger. So we've got Persian, Turkish, Byzantine and Goths. We've got Goths as flank for Fire, and Byzantine. And Ranger has 1 Turkish and 1 Persian. I really would like to see Fire winning 1 game. It would be good for the one unknown, his author. It would be a good symptom for the future of Fire. And I'm curious to see what will be the strategy of Fire's pocket. Does it play as if it was flank? I wouldn't like to see those militias and one tower. It looks like purple didn't find his two boars. Yeah, at least Ranger tends to find 0 or 1 boar. There is something which could be improved in the exploration. Well, Teal is late compared to the whole other AIs. So let's see what Fire is gonna do as Pocket. Okay. So Pockets just play like if they were flank. Militias, one tower. Oh, one villager lost, probably by green. And green and teal in gray are really close with each other. One second barrack for green, it's not a good idea. Gray should attack pretty soon, it's in Castle Age. It's maybe waiting for crossbows. It has already the units needed to kill green. Wait. If it's wait for green to reach castle, it can be great for green, which looks to go for knights. But anyway, gray has already the perfect counter units. And as expected, we've got crossbows. In the opposite side, let's see. Same strategy for purple. Ranger is not really aggressive. He should start to attack. Oh, it's interesting to see that green has 35 military units when yellow has only 3. Maybe yellow has a specific strategy. It would be good if it went for sling. Yeah, it's researching sanctity for his monk. Oh, and green is attacking the opposites of the map, while at least gray and teal found it. So green will be in difficulty. Well, orange decided to attack green, which is almost 1 versus 3. I'm really surprised by this strategy. selected by yellow. But I'm not sure that going monks will help fire. Oh, the Turkish has already one castle. Okay, red is eventually starting to help to use its army. Or not. Fire stays to 1 TC only. Let's look at the pocket enemy side. Teal stay with 1 TC2. Same for orange. Let's see what red can do. Actually, fire is playing really better than what it did against Venezuela, despite the fact that Ranger looks really too strong. Oh well, blue went for many monks too, but at least it trained some knights, something that yellow didn't. Okay, so green is almost dead, he's losing his TC. It has 0 population. Okay, bye bye green. And same should happen to yellow pretty soon. I think that fire has got wanted to build that castle and to train Euskal. Going monks maybe was supposed to help fire to survive the time the Euskal would be trained, but it didn't happen. At least few monks can do absolutely nothing against feudal Russia. Even a castle rusher with crossbows. And Firehouse Pocket looks really poor, especially in 2 versus 4. Well, Ranger is losing time trying to kill to destroy any building of green, which is already out of the game. Okay, bye bye yellow. It's officially a 2 versus 4. Oh, and gray is already full population. Almost same for teal. One elephant trained by blue. Okay, let's say that it's GG. 2-0 for Ranger. And I already started the third game, the 2 versus 2. Well, at least when we're watching those games, we could have the feeling that Fire looks really powerless if you compare it to Ranger. But if we keep in mind the games played against VNSLN, in which Fire, to be honest, did pretty bad, I would say that this new version of Fire is really stronger than the previous one, which is already a victory for the one unknown. Well, Red has a forest really close to the TC. It would be interesting to see Teutonic Knights, especially because we've got Teutonic against Saracen. And at least Mamluk sucks against Teutonic Knights, so it could be a really interesting counter in it. It's really sad to build this lumber camp at this position when it could be so close to the TC. But it's a problem encountered by many AIs. Except if you put the lumber camp by direct unit control. This issue happens very often. And once again Ranger looks to ignore those boars. But after this victory and already obtained against Fire, Ranger is qualified for the stage 2 of this competition. And if I'm right, it will reach the group in which we've got already Juggernaut and Unfair Steel, which are two other AIs made by the Unfair Steel scripter. So it just means that in the same group we've got 3 AIs made by the same scripter, which is kind of amazing. Well, this tower is built at, I would say, at a good position. At least it protects this mining camp. It can maybe help, but this lumber camp is definitely really exposed. And I'm not sure that Fire will build another lumber camp. So, what will be the strategy of Fire this time? I would like to see those bunch of monks, which look to be definitely useless, especially against Ranger. And Ranger always use the same strategy regardless the civilization it got. It just goes for a bunch of archers, which become crossbows in Castle Age and some spearmen. I don't know why fire goes for 2 archery range. Because it's training absolutely no range unit. Two stable, 2 archery range, it makes no sense to me. And despite the fact that Red had a very good map at start, it's the latest to reach castle. It didn't click already. Well, Fire should build another llama camp because this one is turning really far from the forest. Well, we would have liked to see scalebarding research at least for the night. Okay, I'll increase the speed. The game is almost over. Well, it is over. Well, Ranger was definitely too strong against fire, it was expected. I see some details which could be easily fixed by the one unknown concerning the build order of fire. In the previous version, fire tends to train more and more villagers. I think that fire, the one unknown came back in his script, which was maybe not the best idea. I mean, it looks like Fire doesn't train more than 30 villagers anymore in Feudal Age. And GG. 3-0 for Ranger. And Fire is officially out of this competition. Okay, so as you guys can see in the group E, we've got Ranger, which gets the first spot. Vienna Salen is qualified for the single elimination of the qualification stage. It will play against Tyrant, which finished at the second spot of the group F. And the winner between the three AIs will play against Vetrix. So Ranger is already qualified for the stage 2, and it joins the group E with Juggernaut and Unfair Steel. And as I said, Juggernaut, Unfair Steel, and Ranger are all scripted by the scripter called Unfair Steel. And there is one spot left, which is the qualification AB2. It's here, and it could be Doomsday, for example. If Doomsday loses against Ulysses, it definitely can beat one of the AIs which would finish at the second place of the group A, and Doomsday definitely defeats Strongbow. It would signify that we could have Juggernaut, Unfair Steel, Doomsday, and Ranger in the same group